Sam Raimi is back, baby, so strap in for a fun and wild ride with Send Help.
Ready for the big ride, baby!
So this is my full review of Send Help, the latest film from director Sam Raimi. It's a wickedly twisted but welcome blast of sun, sand, surf, and blood, providing the typically dreary January, February film release window a darkly humorous jolt.
Got the lightning. Like the bastards up.
Raimi, of course, is well known for the original Evil Dead trilogy that featured actor Bruce Campbell as Ash, as well as the Marvel Spider-Man films from 2002, 2004, and 2007, starring Tobey Maguire and Kirsten Dunst. After directing the MCU's Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness in 2022, he has returned to the genre he knows best, and that is horror with a devious smile. Oh, and blood. Lots of blood. Copious amounts of blood.
Blood.
Blood. Blood.
Blood?
If you haven't seen the Evil Dead films, then be warned, or be prepared for some outlandish horror material. In Send Help, Canadian actress Rachel McAdams plays Linda Little, a frumpy, middle-aged, middle-tier corporate employee who loves the reality TV show Survivor. You know, the one that's hosted by Jeff Probst and has been on the CBS network since the year 2000. At the start of the film, Linda is due for a promotion at work. The trouble is, the firm's new boss, Bradley Preston, played by Dylan O'Brien, who's the son of the old boss, is part of a corporate fraternity or corporate bros, and he gives the promotion to one of his buddies. He also openly disparages Linda's work and demeans her.
Oh, Linda, before you go, I forgot to mention I've received a few complaints about you.
Complaints?
Noxious odors.
Linda joins Bradley on a trip to Bangkok to finalize a company merger. But on the way there, the plane has an accident and crashes into the ocean, leaving both Linda and Bradley stranded on a remote tropical island. Bradley is injured, while Linda's survival skills turn out to be more than handy. Now who's the boss?
I'm the boss.
You got that right.
Raimi is known for his horror and over-the-top gore. I still think his The Evil Dead from 1981 contains some of the most eye-popping and grisly and gory effects in film history, even if they were done on the cheap.
Very cheap.
But really good.
Ever since the sequel Evil Dead 2 from 1987, however, Raimi has injected a hilariously dark sense of humor into all his horror films, to accompany all the jump scares and all the blood and guts. It's as if he not only wants to scare us, but make us snicker and laugh at all the ridiculousness as well.
Very scary. But it's funny.
That vein of delicious fun is evident right from the opening of Send Help, where the corporate world and all its associated politics is skewered right to the bone.
Dorsia, how impressive. How on earth did you get a reservation there?
Lucky, I guess.
Why aren't we at Dorsia?
This is Dorsia?
We should have gone to Dorsia.
And where one's network, that is, the people you know, is more powerful than another person's actual hard work.
Who you know?
You got that right.
The dark comedic tone carries over to the island scenes, where a battle of wits between our two leads ensues. There were several moments where I actually burst out laughing, not only at the karma that visits and revisits, but also Raimi's no-holds-barred audacity. But then this is Raimi we're talking about, where nothing is ever too crass or too gross. Should I have been surprised? Now, the film's premise doesn't outwardly scream horror, at least initially. After all, our protagonist's predicament is more akin to a survival adventure, much like what transpires in Castaway, the film from the year 2000, directed by Robert Zemeckis and starring Tom Hanks, Helen Hunt, and, of course, Wilson the volleyball. That is to say, the story in Send Help doesn't feature any of the supernatural elements that infested Raimi's Evil Dead films, with all the undead deadites, or even Drag Me to Hell, his return to the horror genre from 2009. And yet there are some scary and thrilling moments involving both humans and the island wildlife. And because Raimi is greedy and can't help himself, he continually throws in plenty of grisly horror bits that either make you squirm or just a tad uncomfortable. As if to say to people, remind them in fact, that hey, this is a Sam Raimi horror film. You could say it's a signature of his by now, pushing the boundaries of what audiences can tolerate. But that's why Raimi's films are so appealing to a certain pocket of the population, including me.
And me.
And me.
And me.
And me. And me.
The cast is in on the dastardly joke as well, as they seem to be having a lot of fun. The great Rachel McAdams is the star, having been a luminous presence on many films over the past 2 decades, ranging from Mean Girls and The Notebook in 2004, through to her Oscar-nominated performance in 2015's Spotlight, and then unleashing her deliriously loopy side in 2020's Eurovision Song Contest, The Story of Fire Saga, playing opposite Will Ferrell. In Send Help, she displays the full range of her formidable acting talent, both emotionally and physically. In the beginning, she is shown to be somewhat socially inept, fashion unconscious, and incapable of reading the room.
I'm sorry, what?
Until she finds her stride and her element on the island, where she shines with her smarts and her deviousness. Indeed, McAdams' Linda likes the role reversal so much on the island that she travels to some morally dark places along the way.
I don't think we should ever leave.
So much so that we're never quite sure if the script has a comeuppance for her as well.
You're done. You're done.
You're done.
Dylan O'Brien, who was a stoic and solid lead in the dystopic Maze Runner trilogy of films from 2014, 2015, and 2018, is a game antagonist and a worthy foil to McAdams, playing the vindictive and drunk with his powers boss who may have a fake mustache he twirls on the side and out of sight.
Nobody gets away from Dick Dastardly.
His demeanor gradually softens when the tables are turned and he realizes he needs Linda's survival skills. But he's also a quick rescue away from imposing his will on Linda and putting her in her rightful place again as soon as he is able to.
Let's not forget, I'm your boss. You work for me.
O'Brien's Bradley is easy to despise, so it's a joy to see him being the supplicant in the power struggle, and intriguing to see whether he will actually change over the course of the film. The other members of the cast are only on screen for a few minutes each, as the majority of the film is focused on our 2 leads. Nevertheless, it's welcome to see Dennis Haysbert, who played the US president on TV's real-time spy series 24, as well as Chris Pang, the Australian actor who you may remember seeing in 2018's Crazy Rich Asians. Raimi's daughter, Emma, also appears as a co-worker of Linda's in the beginning of the film. Fans of Raimi will be happy to note that frequent Raimi collaborator Danny Elfman has returned to compose the score. And another Raimi regular, Bruce Campbell, also makes an appearance in the film. Though when, where, and how, I'll let you figure that out for yourself. I also want to note that, aside from the previously mentioned Castaway, Send Help also contains some similarities to the plot of The Admirable Crichton, a 1957 film based on the stage play by Scottish playwright J.M. Barrie, who coincidentally is also the creator of Peter Pan.
Oh, Peter Pan. Peter Pan!
I've seen Peter Pan. I've read Peter Pan. I don't get the connection.
Peter Pan!
The Admirable Crichton features English actor Kenneth More as a butler in service to an entitled aristocratic family who find themselves marooned on an island with no idea how to survive. The roles are then switched, much like in Send Help, with the aristocrats now serving their former butler.
There's some strange shit going on here, Coleman.
Sounds pretty similar, right? On the surface, yes, but in tone there is quite the difference. The Admirable Crichton is more of a comedy of manners, a critique on class and subservience in English society.
Because he's British.
Send Help, however, throws all pretensions away and is simply and comfortably happy to be a maniacal and unhinged, full-tilt Sam Raimi horror joint. Overall, I really enjoyed Send Help. It's a horror film, to be sure, with more than a few shocks and surprises. But what adds immensely to the enjoyment is the Raimi-esque sense of dark humor that bursts from the screen and dares you not to laugh. Yes, it's bloody and it's gory, but it's also a deliciously good time. On the Jockpot Movie Scores rating scale table, I give Send Help a very good 8 out of 10. Finally, have you seen Send Help? What did you think of it? Let me know in the comments below. And if you like this review, please like and subscribe to my channel. Thank you very much.